Hello, I'm Ian. Welcome to Somerset News Network. I've called this video now Work This Out. Now, we charge a tariff on American goods coming in, and it's 10%. So America is going to charge 10% on our goods going to America. Because Starmer couldn't get the deal when he went to see Trump. You know, when he was sat in the Oval Office and he touched his shoulder like a creep, gave him a letter from the king. I don't think the king should be used for political ends. The king's not got power. He's got to stay neutral. He's not one party or the other. And I think it was wrong for Starmer to use him. Anyway, I'm saying work this out. Now, how did it work out? He came back. He said we got to get a peace deal in Ukraine. Trump came up with an idea, was talking to Ukraine and talking to Russia and trying to get a peace deal. Trump was trying to get a peace deal. Starmer, on the other hand, still wants to send bullets and bombs and money to Ukraine. He's even promised British troops as a peacekeeping force. Well, you can't have a peacekeeping force until you've got a peace deal. Work that one out. So, the war continues. Russia is now slowly creeping into Ukraine on the Eastern Front. How long before they get to Kiev? Because of Starmer's inability to support Trump and a peace deal, we could find that Russia takes over the whole of Ukraine. Therefore, instead of having Ukraine as a buffer zone between Europe and Russia, if it was an independent country, we will then have Russia on the borders of Hungary, Poland. Is this what we wanted? I don't think so. I don't think they can work it out. I don't think they've got a clue. We've got our secret weapon, the mastermind, David Lammy. No, he's not going to help. He's a waste of space, isn't he? Hello. Now we come to EVs. Ed Mad Miliband wants us all to drive electric cars. I've got solar panels on my roof. I take or get paid back around about £11 a week for my electric over a year. I had £580 last year for my solar panels. Works out about £11 a week. But what they're not doing is telling you still got to account for the setup cost. New solar panel unit is going to cost you between £6,000 and £8,000 for a 4 kilowatt hour system. If you have 20, 25 panels on the roof, you've got a bigger roof, it's going to cost you up to £20,000. How long are they going to last? Well, they say 35 years. 30 to 35 years. But there's houses in the village here that haven't had solar panels up for 10 years and they're now replacing them. So let's say they last 10 years and it's going to cost you £20,000 to put panels on your roof. you're going to make a bit more money than me because I've only got a 4 kilowatt system. But you're not going to make £1,000 a year if it's going to last 10 years or 20 years, say. That's £1,000 a year from your setup cost. You know, if you've got a larger kilowatt unit, maybe up to 10 kilowatts, which you can get on most houses, so it's going to be 7, 8 at the most. You only get about £700-800 a year. Well, that means the solar panels, if it's going to last 20 years and it costs you £20,000 to set up, it's costing you money. Not saving you any money at all. Oh, you're saving the planet. But it's not economic. It's not good business sense. You know, people have got short-term blinkers on of saving the planet. Now work this out. We know CO2 and climate change and that, it's all a scam. If you read the emails, it was called ClimateGate. Just type in ClimateGate emails on Google and all the emails should come up. I've been through the emails. I was going to London for a meeting. I was on an NGO. I was going to London for a meeting and I had all the emails and I hadn't read them about 2 days before. Put them on the laptop and I was reading them for 2 hours on the train on the way up and 2 hours on the train on the way back. I found an email which was never reported on in the press, that the Met Office was instructing the scientists to fix the figures. It said, do not come up with scenarios which show business as normal. So they fixed the figures, and the emails between the scientists were, had bits on, had to take bits off. They were putting 1.5% on here, 2, 3, 4% on there, and they levelled the temperatures out over the years because they were using the tree ring and the ice cores and all the rest of it and putting it all together. And they had the models, climate models they were doing. Well, as my scientific computer mate says to me, put junk in, you get junk out. And then they came up with the hockey stick. Because we're producing more CO2, we're going to get a hockey stick and we're all going to fry. And it was absolute, complete lie. But they're still using the hockey stick today. And when the BBC were talking about global warming, they don't call it global warming now, it's climate change. Ooh. We know the climate changes. Every morning on the television and on the radio, we get a weather report because the climate changes. We got something in the sky, that big yellow ball. It's called the sun. The sun determines how hot it's going to be here. In the summer it's hotter, in the winter it's colder because it moves away. It's that simple. All they got to do is work it out. I don't like being lied to and I don't like being scammed. And this government is the biggest scam and lie I've ever seen. Bye bye.